Have you ever filled your cat's food bowl, only to watch them sniff the food, stare at it for a moment, and quietly walk away? If you've experienced this before, you're definitely not alone. One of the most common questions cat owners ask is, their cat has simply become picky. While that can happen, it's far from the only reason. Sometimes it's caused by stress or a sudden change in routine. Other times, refusing food can be the first warning. In today's video, we'll talk about the 7 most common reasons why cats stop eating, what you can do about each one, and the warning signs that should never be ignored. Before we begin, we'd love to know more about you. How many cats do you have, and what breed are they? Let us know in the comments below. We enjoy reading every comment. We might give them a shout out on our next video. Welcome to Pusa Sense, where we help you understand your cat through simple, practical, and reliable cat care tips. Let's begin with one of the most common reasons of all: stress. Cats are creatures of habit. They love routines, familiar places, familiar smells, and a predictable environment. Even changes that seem small to us can feel overwhelming to them. Have you recently moved into a new home? Did you adopt another pet? Have relatives been visiting your house? Maybe you've rearranged the furniture or moved your cat's food bowl to another room. To us, these changes might not seem important, but to your cat, they can be stressful enough to affect their appetite. A stressed cat may hide more than usual, sleep in unusual places, avoid family members, or spend more time alone. Some cats even become quieter than normal, while others become more vocal. If your cat has recently experienced a major change, try creating a calm and quiet space where they feel safe. Keep their food and water bowls in familiar locations. Avoid forcing them to eat, and maintain their normal routine as much as possible. Many cats begin eating normally again once they feel secure. One mistake many owners make is immediately buying several different brands of cat food after their cat skips one meal. Sometimes the food isn't the problem at all. Constantly changing foods can actually make the situation even more confusing. But what if your cat runs to the food bowl because they're hungry, smells the food, opens their mouth to take a bite, and suddenly walks away? In many cases, the problem isn't a lack of appetite, it's pain. Cats can develop dental disease just like people. Inflamed gums, broken teeth, mouth ulcers, infections, and dental abscesses can make every bite painful. The difficult part is that cats naturally hide discomfort. They rarely cry or show obvious signs of pain. Instead, they simply stop eating. Pay close attention to your cat's behavior. Do they sniff the food but refuse to chew? Do they chew on only one side of the mouth? Do they drop food while eating? Have you noticed drooling or unusually bad breath? These are all signs that something may be wrong. Inside the mouth, if your cat allows you, gently look for obvious swelling or bleeding. Never force their mouth open if they're uncomfortable. The safest option is to have your veterinarian examine their teeth and gums. Once the source of pain is treated, many cats quickly regain their appetite. Another common mistake is assuming your cat has become spoiled or picky. Even the tastiest food won't help if chewing hurts. Now, let's talk about something. Almost every cat owner has heard about hairballs. Many people think hairballs are completely normal, but that's only partly true. Cats spend several hours every day grooming themselves. Their rough tongues remove loose fur from the coat, and every time they groom, they swallow some of that hair most of the time. The hair passes through the digestive system without causing problems, but sometimes it collects inside the stomach and forms a hairball. A hairball can make your cat feel nauseous, uncomfortable, or too full to eat. You may notice gagging, repeated swallowing, occasional vomiting, or your cat sitting quietly without much interest in food. Long-haired cats are more likely to develop hairballs, but they can happen to any breed. Brushing your cat regularly helps remove loose fur before it's swallowed. Providing fresh drinking water every day also supports healthy digestion. However, don't assume every gagging cat simply has a hairball. If your cat keeps vomiting, develops a swollen belly, becomes weak, or refuses food for more than 24 hours, there may be a more serious digestive problem that needs veterinary attention. So far, we've talked about stress, dental problems, and hairballs. But next, we're going to discuss a mistake that many loving cat owners accidentally make every day. And surprisingly, it involves the food itself. Sometimes, the problem isn't your cat at all. The problem is the food. Cats have an incredible sense of smell. In fact, they rely much more on smell than taste when deciding whether they want to eat. If the food doesn't smell fresh, your cat may refuse it, even if it looks perfectly fine to you. Wet food that's been left out for too long can spoil quickly, especially in warm weather. Dry food can also lose its freshness if it's stored improperly, or the bag has been left open for weeks. Some cats are also very particular about texture. They may happily eat one type of wet food, but completely ignore another. Others may refuse food simply because you've switched to a different brand too quickly. If you need to change your cat's diet, do it gradually over 7 to 10 days. Start by mixing a small amount of the new food with the old food, then slowly increase the amount each day. This gives your cat time to adjust and helps prevent digestive upset. If your cat suddenly refuses every type of food, including their favorite treats, the problem is probably more than just food preference. Many owners panic and buy several different brands in one day, hoping something will work. Unfortunately, changing foods over and over can upset your cat's stomach even more and make it harder to identify the real problem. Now, let's move on to another common reason why cats stop eating. Sometimes eating doesn't sound appealing because your cat simply doesn't feel well. Just like people, cats can develop an upset stomach. They may have eaten spoiled food, swallowed something they shouldn't have, eaten too quickly, or developed mild digestive irritation. When a cat feels nauseous, eating is often the last thing they want to do. Besides refusing food, you may notice vomiting, diarrhea, frequent lip-licking, swallowing, more often than usual, or a noticeable drop in energy. Some cats become unusually quiet and prefer to hide until they start feeling better. Make sure fresh water is always available, because vomiting and diarrhea can quickly lead to dehydration. If your cat vomits only once and returns to normal shortly afterward, careful observation may be enough. But if the vomiting continues, if there's blood in the vomit or stool, or if your cat becomes weak or dehydrated, don't wait. Contact your veterinarian as soon as possible. One mistake many owners make is assuming their cat just ate something bad and waiting several days before asking for help. While some stomach problems are mild, others can become serious very quickly. Now, here's something every cat owner should know. Sometimes, refusing food isn't the real problem. It's only the first symptom. Many illnesses cause cats to lose their appetite before any other obvious signs appear. Kidney disease, liver disease, diabetes, infections, pancreatitis, fever, and many other medical conditions can all cause a cat to stop eating. Cats are incredibly good at hiding pain in the wild. Showing weakness could make them vulnerable, so that instinct still exists today. That's why your cat may appear calm, even when something is seriously wrong. Pay attention to small changes. Is your cat drinking more water than usual? Losing weight? Sleeping much longer? Hiding more often? Less interested in playing? These changes may seem minor on their own, but together they can be important warning signs. If your adult cat refuses food for more than 24 hours, it's best to schedule a veterinary examination. Kittens should be seen even sooner, because they can become weak and dehydrated much faster than adult cats. Early diagnosis often means easier treatment and a much better chance of recovery. A common mistake is waiting until a cat has refused food for several days before seeking veterinary care. The longer you wait, the more difficult treatment may become. Finally, let's talk about the last reason, and the one you should never ignore. Some situations are true medical emergencies. If your cat refuses food and also has difficulty breathing, repeated vomiting, severe weakness, pale gums, seizures, collapse, or difficulty urinating, seek emergency veterinary care immediately. For example, if your cat keeps going into the litter box but produces little or no urine, this could be a urinary blockage. This condition can become life-threatening in a very short time and should never be ignored. The same is true if your cat suddenly collapses, struggles to breathe, or becomes unresponsive. In these situations, don't wait to see if your cat gets better on their own. Getting professional treatment as quickly as possible could save your cat's life. Let's quickly review what we've learned today. A cat may stop eating because of stress, dental problems, hairballs, food-related issues, stomach upset, an underlying illness, or a medical emergency. Some of these causes are temporary and easy to manage, while others require immediate veterinary attention. The most important thing is to observe your cat carefully and never assume they're simply being picky. Changes in appetite are often Your cat's way of telling you that something isn't right before you go. We'd love to hear from you. Has your cat ever refused to eat? What turned out to be the cause? And how did your cat recover? Share your experience in the comments below, because your story might help another cat owner. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Pusa Sense, and turn on notifications so you never miss our future cat care videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.